to Fashion Wednesday with me, your fashionable host, Diana Edinam Kumbe. This is the show where I bring you closer to some of the fashion heads in the fashion industry and the beauty industry as well. I have with me today somebody that I don't know. I think I was telling him that I've followed him for about 5 years now. He's the founder, he's the owner of House of PAÓN. I got it right.
You got it right.
Period. House of PAÓN. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Jojo, I know you as Jojo.
Yeah, Jojo.
But they say your name is
Collins. Yeah.
Hey, Collins.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
That's the government name.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Collins what?
Paon Manu. Yeah.
Paon Manu.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
But the name, why? Because honestly, when I got to know about the brand, it was the name that caught me. That was the first thing, because I was like, how do you even pronounce that? And yesterday I was speaking to someone, and they were saying that how I mentioned that House of, I don't know how to pronounce it, and then she's like, oh, the one that looks like pain.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that one.
Right.
But where's the name from? Is it an English word?
No, it's not. No. It's a French word. So, backstory. Back in University, when this whole thing was starting, I'm a textile student at University at that time. So I was like, what do I name my brand? Because I don't want to use the Collins or being I just wanted something that is more of a symbol than just the name.
Right.
So I think one of my closest friends back then was like, you really like peacock, so what's up with the peacock thing you always use for your inspiration and all? So I'm like, that's not bad. But I can't use peacock. So we decided to go with either the French translation or the Spanish. And we checked the Spanish first. It was Paloma. And we were like, nah, we don't want any telenovela.
Yeah.
And we checked the French, and it was Paon. I'm like, okay, this is given grandiose, this is given weird, intriguing. So I'm like, I'll go by that. Yeah.
And it really went
it really
well.
works. I actually like the fact people don't know they are like. And it's the same in my clothing. You see some mysteriousness and some,
Yes.
Yeah.
But at what point did you realize that this is what you wanted to do?
I think in high school.
You did visual arts?
I did visual art, of course.
Right.
But at that time, you couldn't tell your parents, I want to be a fashion designer. So I think then I had told them I wanted to be a graphic designer. It sounded very pleasing to my dad at that time, so yeah.
But what has been some of your most challenging? I mean, apart from, getting parental support and things, in the beginning when you're starting, what are some of the things that you were struggling with?
I think even from the beginning, I think at that time, fashion wasn't this big. And I think it took people
Wait, the beginning is when?
After high school. That's 2010. So that's when I think fashion wasn't that big. The only people we knew and we looked up to was Kofi Ansan at that time. Okay. He was the only one as a reference. Oh, who do you want to be like? He was the only person. Even with that one, you barely heard of him. So if you tell someone you want to be a designer, they're like, oh, yeah, reaching too high. Probably say tailoring or something else. Yeah. But I think I just wanted to do something that I would enjoy, and I really love the sewing and the craftsmanship. So I'm like, if I even get 1 CD a day, I just want to wake up doing something that I loved. So I was like, I'm going. If you follow me. If you won't, I'm still going on my own. So I think that standing alone was very difficult because now you have to prove people wrong. You have to prove your father wrong. So it was a tough time. And back in uni, since I didn't really want to go with what my father wanted me to do, I was actually very alone. I had to now learn how to sew quickly, find a machine on my own, and it was.
Were you paying your own school fees?
At the point he had to.
At the point he had to come in?
No. At the point I had to do it because it was like if he wouldn't do what I want, then.
Oh, you are tough.
Yeah. I was really, really determined because I felt it really in my gut that this is mine. Yeah. So I just.
So you had to get a sewing machine?
Yeah, I had to get a sewing machine.
And then how did you get clients at the time?
No, back in school, the only way you could wear friends. I had a lot of Nigerian friends back then. They liked fashion and the runway. So you met a few and they were willing to always, okay, make clothes for me and let me see. And I sport a lot of clothes. Let me be
And
honest.
you spoiled them.
Yeah, I ruined a lot. The beginning was ruins, mistakes. I mean, that's how you can.
But how are you making money?
No, like, I'll be honest, I actually still making money that I can actually save
Right.
like 3 years ago. And I've been doing this for 10 years. So let me say for the 7 years, it's
Oh,
just
wow.
experience working with celebrities and with celebrities. Not that they won't pay you, but they feel like they have a leverage where you'd have to, maybe they'll give you the platform. And right now, I think we have social media to now push the work. But back then, you are just waiting for a celebrity to be like, I'm wearing House of PAÓN, cocktail here on Zero to blah, 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 you know. So I think down the line.
Do you think there was a gender play? Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that you're a guy?
Yeah. I think it played a lot. Even that was the reason why I actually told my dad I wanted to be a graphic designer, because that seems so sound.
It sounds manly.
And even when I said that, he actually got someone in our church. Hey, there's this guy now, he's a graphic designer. You should go and work with him. By my heart, I knew this what I was going to do, and at a point, I had to make it very clear to him. So that was
amazing. You actually stood for what you
want. I won't recommend to anyone. I recommend, but I just felt it in my gut, and everyone around me knew it was. Even my friends who actually pushed me to learn how to sew. I was in Texas, all right, but I didn't know how to sew.
Okay.
It was more about the practicals, the sketches at that time. So my friends were like, no, we are about to finish school, so you wouldn't learn how to sew. So I actually, during vacation, then I went to people who knew how to sew, a tailor around my area. So I think I had to just do the personal sewing myself, because, you know, school would just be like, you write a few scribbles and you have to go and do the work yourself.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But if you look at the journey so far since 2010,
2010.
up to 2024, that's 14 years,
14 years. I think I was talking to my PA recently, and we said for them, like, no, don't let me feel like I'm grown.
But you're grown.
Yeah.
You're grown.
Right.
But if you look at the journey so far, how has House of PAÓN evolved? Especially, like, if you look at the styles and the things that you create now.
Evolved, I have. I think when I started, I didn't want to use anything Ankara. I think for some reason, I felt Ankara was very limiting. And even with my name Paon, the reason why I opted for the French word was because any graphic or any designer has this inspiration from France at that time, Paris. So it's like either French, Italiano, you know, that vibe.
Yeah.
So I think the French felt like my little homage to the French industry, because they are the leading people. So yeah, so at that time, I liked the foreign prints, the tiger print. I was playing with those fabric than the Ankara and the Kente. So at the beginning, that was what my brand was. And over time, I moved to style celebrities, and I started using conventional stuff like leather, using metal plate to create armors. I was just going wild at that time. So it was later around COVID that I'm like, you know what, like, where are we going to, what was happening? No money, this celebrities back and forth. When am I going to create something really substantial for myself? So I think I randomly chanced around this bridal scene where there was a bride. I'm like, hey, I think the first was the second lady, Samira. She wore a kente dress. I'm like, this is very interesting. And I think at that time, it was Pistis who made that kente dress. So it was like, you know, I can still make beautiful things. It's not supposed to be all about celebrities and all. Let me try this route. And I made one dress for Jocelyn Dumas for Golden Movie Awards. I think it's 2019. So when she wore that gown, it went viral overnight. So I was just there. People were calling me from Nigeria, SA, and they'll call me. I want it for my reception dress. I'm like, this is another second thing telling me this bridal scene is where I'm supposed to be. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll try and now move through that direction. And even before anything, I was scared to go into the bridal, because at that time it was very limiting. You know, our kente was just like peplum and slit and kaba. So my eye wasn't there, being a creative person. So I just had to just let it go and just stick, because I need money at this point. So just before I could try and get a photographer to create a whole like photo shoot to push that side of it, COVID happened. But good for me, I used that time to learn corsetry, use YouTube to like extend what I knew at that time. So immediately the COVID was going, all my friends just called, oh, we want to do this, should you want to be on board? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Then we had our first major bridal shoot. And luckily for me, I had another bridal shoot. So there was a back-to-back bridal shoot, like 3. And once we pushed it into the social media, that time TikTok, all these things were now coming. It just picked up. Before I knew, people were calling, I'm having my engagement, I'm having my wedding, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, it's coming, thank God. Like, it changed overnight. Like within like 6 months, I was now literally doing a lot of gowns and kente. So it was a change for me working with celebrities and now moving into bridal.
I'm just here wondering, the time that you were working with celebrities, were you making money?
At least to eat.
So were you doing this alone? You didn't
At
have
that
a team?
time, I didn't have a team. I was totally alone in my room.
This is up to 2020?
Yes, 2020. So my first worker was around 2021 when I had my first worker, and my best friend actually advised me to do that because I'm very particular, and he advised that you know all these big celebrities, big brands, do you know they have a team?
Yes.
You can't be doing this alone.
At all.
So I think, okay, let me try and get one worker. So I got one worker, then gradually I built a team out of it. It wasn't easy, trust me. Finding someone who like
understands your vision.
Exactly, and your part. I mean, you don't get it immediately, but over time you get your people. Yeah.
What's your design process like?
I'm a very imaginative person. I like a lot of music. So most of my core starts from music. Sometimes when I'm at home, good music, then I start with the sketches. Sketches, then I just store them away. So if I meet someone who is more creative and like, oh, Paon, I trust you, look at me and create something for me. And I'll just look through my archives and whatever I've done, and I will just look at them.
I was going to ask that with the brides that you work with or the people that you work with, do they allow you to just do your thing? I mean,
you meet all sorts of people, and I've met way people now since I moved into bridal, because people are literally getting married every now and then. You meet people who allow you to be creative, people who will be like, oh no, I've seen something. This
is what I want. Yeah.
So, but it's been a learning process, but it's spontaneous. Sometimes you meet people, they have an idea, so we just bounce off each other the entire time. Yeah.
But with regard to the people that come with exactly what they want, what is your... Because, you know, there are some times where you create something for someone, you see, they brought to you a picture that this is what I want, you create it for them, and then it goes on social media, and then one designer somewhere says that this is my design. This is mine.
I also see people doing the same thing to me. I see my design, I'm like, hey, and I'll send it to my people, have you seen my design? I've learned to allow things be. People come in, probably they want exactly the same thing. I might do it, but I wouldn't post it.
Okay.
And sometimes I let them be aware that people really respect their work enough to know this is their signature. So if it was me, I'll feel a little bit cheated, or I feel like you're just taking something I've worked so hard for. And as a designer, I can really understand that. So most people come with like that strict policy that, please, I want this, do the same thing for me. It comes even with a charge that I will do it. One, you pay extra, and secondly, I wouldn't post you.
Yes.
So if they agree, why not? I'm just taking my money. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
So that's that. Yeah.
Okay, so what makes your brand different from others?
First, the name.
Well, yeah, clearly.
The name Paon, and I think there's love. I think, I think I really...
Is it because of the wedding? So like
No. When I mean love in general, I have a lot of love for women.
Okay.
Until I respect women. And I remember before the COVID, I made a collection for my mother, like a homage for my mom. So that love for women is really the root cause of everything. Because sometimes you get tired meeting people all the time. You get tired, but when you see them, they are so happy to see you. They've been seeing every beautiful things online, and when you meet them, they trust you, and it's inspiring. So I'm just happy to be part of people's
Aww.
amazing days. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
But sustainability is a core value you hold here in House of PAÓN.
Yes.
How do you make sure that like everything you do is eco-friendly and very sustainable?
I think one of the most important time of my whole brand was when I actually wanted to do this collection for my mom. And this whole thing about it being sustainable, environmental friendly and everything became very important to me, because that was where I'm like, I have to go back to my roots, using things from here, Ankara, and even all these earthly things to make sure that we are still giving back to the environment and everything. So that was a very turning point for me. And for some reason, I was so against using African stuff for a second, but I had to come home. And funny enough, when I decided to come home, things actually even changed.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very important.
So what are some of the fabrics that you use?
So we use the normal, the tie and dye, where the cotton, the rayons, the very it's actually friendly to the body and very soft. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the one.
And also your
use.
kente.
Yeah, the kente. I think for that one, for that one, I think it's very true to Ghanaian culture.
Yes.
So yeah, I think since it's something that is part of our culture, I now try to combine both the Ankara and the kente to just to be at least.
You have so much like conviction.
Yeah.
Because to be able to continuously do this when you don't really have any sort of backing, and you're a guy. I mean, usually girls, they'll say that, you find somebody to ask. You'll get money from somewhere. But as a guy, were you in relationships?
One person who actually really invested in one way or the other, that was Deborah Vanessa. She was one of the celebrities I met along the line, and she was recommending me to people. She'll meet and be like, use my guy. So I'll come and sit by her. We'll plan her photo shoots and everything, and she'll give me more clients. So there was money, but no money to eat and save. You couldn't save. I think the whole thing about saving, as you grow, at a point, you need to get money for yourself and something to put aside. Right. So when you're not getting money to put aside, it means there's a problem. It means you are just stuck wherever you are. So, but I met people who saw me and they like what I did. So they'll give you a little money. Oh, take this. Or sometimes will be, take some $100 or something.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, but it will sustain you, but then you are very calculated with how you spend, how you move. So, and I mean, that's what a lot of you do not get these days. It's like the way you get things fast, you might lose it the same way. But me taking it gradually, learning the experience, the failures, the happiness, the sadness, it was a very reflective thing for me. So I think that's also the secret. People are not willing to do that.
Even be patient.
Exactly. I think people don't have it. So, well, when I wasn't happy about it. But today I look back and I'm happy for everything, all the pain, the happiness, disappointment, the sleepless night. I'll disappoint a client, come and sleep. So I'll be hoping that I'll get better. The whole thing was to just get better, and thankfully it happened.
I mean, you've spoken about social media just a bit, but how has social media, digital, internet, how has it
People don't
affected?
believe that I'm the one who literally edit my own videos, put the
do?
music. Trust me, So right now, I just came back from a wedding. I'm coming to just arrange everything, put the music. As I said, I like music, even though I don't sing. I love music. It's a very important part of my creative head. So with social media, my friend actually advised me to join TikTok because a lot of people, they don't know the face behind the brand after COVID. So most people think it's the woman who owns the brand. So in my DM, people put DM me like, hey, madam, hello, madam. Like,
do you correct them?
No, I don't. I just leave it that way. When they meet me, they're like, okay. So, my friend told me TikTok is where people are not in love with the whole structure, that perfect life. They want to see who is behind it, your process, your journey. I'm like, okay, let me join TikTok. So I joined TikTok showing my journey, maybe when they come for the first fitting to the final fitting. And people know maybe my rendezvous, me going here, me buying fabric. So I think that also brought a whole new fan and people who also wanted to know who I am. So
It's very interesting.
so social media has played a very significant role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how does your personal style influence the collections that you end up creating?
Well, I think at the earlier stages of my career, my style, I'm a very diverse, funky person. Today I actually dressed all ole for you people. So.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. I used to influence because I love fashion and I'm very like present with what's happening. But I've also learned to allow my clients to also influence me.
Right.
I think that's the beauty, meeting halfway.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the beauty of all of this. If it's all about you, I don't think I'll be here. Allowing yourself and other people to influence you, bouncing off ideas is the way to go at it. Yeah.
I just asked about a collection. Do you have any recent collection that you want to talk about?
Yeah. So anyway, this is my 10 years.
Oh my
10
God.
good years technically since I started the sewing bit, which is 2014.
Okay.
I had my first fashion show in KNUST 2014. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 2024. So it's my 10 years exactly since when I birthed my brand.
Oh.
So in December, I'm showcasing my new collection, and it's called Legacy. Yeah. So it's a collection. It's a very studied collection because I'm doing bridal, I'm doing kente, I'm doing ready to wear, I'm doing editorial, I'm doing all the things I've done from the beginning to now. And I'm having a main show on 30th December. So you're all invited.
Thank you. I'll be there.
Yeah. To see the journey from where it started and where it has gotten to.
Right.
So yeah. So
what's the collection going to be like? Is it like bridal?
Yeah, as I said, it's going to be elements of all the journey that's ready to wear, which right now I really want to push that part a lot because there's a whole market for it. Because it's not every day I'm going to wear them. Like it's not every day.
No,
yeah, there are days you just want something very free, casual. Yeah, so I'm doing that. The bridal, of course, the kente, the reception, the edgy stuff, nice pieces, and men actually. So it's everything combined. Since the House of PAÓN, I want to do everything under that umbrella.
I was going to ask if you cater to men as well.
Yeah, I used to. I think my first sewing was men. I started with men before I moved into women, and men. They don't give us the.
That's stingy. That's stingy.
So it's like the women were the one flying me with money. So I'm like, let me give them the attention, and it felt good. It felt good, but I'm bringing them back. I think right now the men like fashion. I think I see the men like.
Yeah, seeing them. Yeah. Sometimes I watch the red carpet and it's like, okay, you're trying.
Yeah, trying. I think right now the men are doing well.
Yeah.
So I want to also bring them apart. Since I'm actually a man, I feel I need to. People see what I wear and they want some, they want the shirt. So I feel like I also have to create a space for them.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, before we go to the second, what advice do you have for young people who are now starting out in the fashion industry that, they're now starting, so they need advice? What do you have to say to them?
Let me see what I'll have told myself about 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Be patient.
Yeah. I think that's a very good part. Be patient is one important virtue a lot of people don't actually have.
Yeah.
I have it freely, but I think enjoying the journey is what I'll give people. And a lot of people don't want to enjoy the journey because it shows what you can take. And through the journey, that's what you give your clients. If you are very patient, you are very patient with your clients. Yeah. If you are not, you fight with them, then they leave. Wherever you learn over the years, it shows in your work.
Right.
So it's about building these, is the journey, the process. If it ends, we're all going to die. Are you waiting to die? Mm-hmm. But it's the journey.
Yes.
So enjoying the journey, being patient with yourself, enjoying the failure. Failure is as important as your winning because you learn to be the low. Once you know the low, you enjoy the high.
Yes.
So these are the little advice.
You're so deep.
Yeah, deep guy.
Thank you so much. So we are speaking with Collins.
Don't go to the government name.
Oh, I like that one.
Collins.
The founder of House of PAÓN. So they have learned to do House of PAÓN. Okay, all right, guys. So We'll be right back. When we come, we'll be doing the quick fire fashion round. Hi guys, if you just tuned in, this is Fashion Wednesday and I'm here with Collins.
Hi. Hi.
House of PAÓN.
Right.
Yes, he's the founder. And it's time for my favorite segment. It's the quick fire fashion round. So I'm going to give you like just a quick question. You don't think too much.
Right.
Off the top of your head, the answer that comes, we go. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right. What's your favorite fabric to work with?
Kente.
Hey, when did you start that? Now it's your favorite.
It's a quick one, so I'm doing a quick.
Okay, no problem. Most challenging color to incorporate into designs.
Okay, yellow. I hate
Why? Why don't you like yellow?
I think I'm not for bright colors. I like dull, black, blue, navy blue.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a dark person.
So it's hard for you to mix yellow with any other color?
Yeah. I think anytime I'm using it, I feel discouraged. I don't know why.
You feel what?
Discouraged.
Ah.
I find it hard to just go back and forth.
Right.
Yeah. I think probably it's
So what
too
if your
bright.
bride says that's what she wants?
Well, I still work with it.
Yeah.
It's part of the element, so I just work with it. Yeah.
Okay. What's one fashion rule you love to break? Open chest.
Open chest. Okay, I'm somebody I like going when unexpected stuff.
Yeah.
I like the unexpected things of things, yeah.
Like what?
For example, do you know before corset came, I actually was doing corsetry around 2013. I went to Cantamanto, went to make the host for corsets way before it became a thing. So when I'm saying, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome on board.
Welcome
We've
on
been
board.
doing this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. A traditional African clothing or garment you'd like to see more in mainstream fashion.
I think right now it's actually in fashion now.
Which
I
one?
really like the tie-dye at a point.
Okay.
You know the tie-dye, we have the actual tie-dye and we have marbling. Okay, you might
would
know
have
that.
to
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
us,
yeah. It's like,
yes.
it's more like, it's a different way of doing the tie and dye. People don't use it more often, but I feel it's very beautiful. And I think right now it's come in small, but I think I'm going to hit it right on the nail very soon. I'll be bringing more.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Okay. Your go-to accessory for elevating an outfit.
Bold earrings.
Yeah,
Statement
everybody
earrings.
likes that.
Yeah, because it changes everything.
Yeah.
Everything can be boring. Once you put on some good earrings, it becomes dope. Yeah.
I like
The one that's like this or not.
that. And the big.
The big one, yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Your biggest fashion faux pas. That's like since one can make when you're getting dressed.
I hate terrible hair.
Hey.
Yeah. I know. I think my pet peeve is
So like
I
what?
think
Is it the frontal?
the
Is it-
frontal arrangement, how neat the hairline is. Yeah, I think probably when you look at someone, if the makeup is good, the earring is good, the next thing is the hairline. Then you'll be talking like me, I'll be looking at you, I'll be
Maybe-
looking at you, like, okay. So the hair should always, it's very rare. I learned that with bridal.
Right.
I realized that you can have a very good thing going on, but a terrible hair ruins everything.
And your frontal is lifting and nobody's telling you. The makeup is very good, but that's what's taking the shine.
You just can't take your eyes off it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, a designer past or present you'd love to collaborate with.
There's one designer called Rev GH.
Rev GH.
Yeah. I think he's an amazing designer. Yeah, personally, I think he's someone I respect.
Okay.
I see this kind of clean cut, simple, but yet very timeless.
Right.
Yeah.
Favorite House of PAÓN piece to date?
I did it for Glitz. It had this, was inspired by an insect. It was blue with big elevator shoulder. I was taking the picture, so you put it up there
No
for them to
problem.
see. Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces. It's me, 100% me. Yeah.
I was good. The next question here is most unexpected source of inspiration for a design. Are you thinking insect is not one of the most
No,
unexpected?
I'll go back to my original inspiration,
Music.
peacock.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. So you alone, you have peacock, you have
Yeah,
music, you have
insect.
insects. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's all right. All right. Last question. If you could dress any celebrity in House of PAÓN, who would it be and why?
Is it Ghana or is it
Anyone,
anywhere?
you can choose one from Ghana.
Okay,
one from
I
somewhere.
love Tiwa Savage.
Tiwa Savage.
Oh, yeah. I think her style is very modern, but it takes us back to 50s, 60s. I think whoever is styling is doing a dope ass job. Yeah, I really admire her style. Yeah.
And then in Ghana?
I think I finished Ghanaian, so I finished them all. Who else?
On that note, we have finished this segment. He has finished Ghanaians, we have finished over here. So we're going to go on a quick spin. When we come back, we'll be doing a style challenge. He's going to be showing us, he's going to be picking out one of his standout pieces and he's going to be telling us more about it. So it's going to be very interesting. So do stay tuned. Hi guys, if you just tuned in, this is Fashion Wednesday with me, Diana Edinam Kumbe. I'm here with Collins.
Hi.
House of PAÓN, and right now, we're almost done. He's coming to show us one of his favorite standout pieces from a collection of his. Yes,
Right.
So just tell us about it, what inspired the look, why is this even your favorite? Tell us a bit about it.
So this gown was actually it's part of my new collection actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and even though it's not out, I just felt like it needs so much attention, so I want to just throw more light on the inspiration.
Right.
So for the past year I've been really more on the kente more, so I wanted to like bring back the white wedding a little bit, but give a new, the sexy but yet calm, classy bride. So I decided to design this beautiful gown with a little of some drippy, like almost like wet from rain, inspired by rain. And
Okay.
yeah, so you could see this dangling beads
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, so it's like the wet bride.
Okay.
Yeah. So mainly, I think last year I had a bride who joined the rainy season. It rained during her wedding day. It rained. Yeah, actually, when she got all drippy, but we deemed it as like shower of blessing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a blessing. Yeah, you know how Ghanaians say.
Ghanaian thing, yeah.
Even though she was going through, we tried to bring some happiness and know that at least
Right.
whoever she's getting married to is still there. So this is like literally one of the inspiration, like a wet bride.
Does she know?
She doesn't know yet. This one is surprise because I haven't released the
Right.
collection yet.
So this is an exclusive, okay? Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's called the wet gown.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why is it one of your standout pieces? I mean, this is not the only thing.
Yeah.
So
I
why
think
that
this is the
today?
first dress out of this is the opening dress.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has a lot of beauty. I think I wish it was an actual model.
Who was
So
wearing
here,
it?
yeah, so this is almost like a nude illusion, like her skin feel. So there's something wet dripping about it. Yes, that's what I like. I like how demure it looks. Right, yeah.
Okay, so what kind of bride do you envision in something like this?
I've met a lot of brides who literally rock this. Right now we are in the age of the nude. Yeah, so I think this were a lot of bride. And even what there's an addition to this a side train. So whoever can actually attach it or detach it.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's two ways to wear it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
Thank you.
Okay. But where were you when you put this together?
Actually, when I saw her in the rain, and like I think her husband had held her like this. Though. I was just looking there and looking at it, but to me it felt like love. I mean, the most important thing is your man is with you. So for me, that's why I go inspired. So I'm like, the next time I'm designing something, this is going to be the first outdoor collection. So yeah.
Who would have thought that you know the way you look? People judge based on looks, right? The way you
Exactly.
look. I
Trust
don't
me,
think this
me-
is what people are expecting to hear from your mouth.
Thank you. Yeah.
But okay, this is beautiful. I just want, before I let you go, can you give us 3 tips on building a sustainable wardrobe using your pieces, like using House of PAÓN pieces and essentials?
Okay. So first of all, fabric. Fabric is the most important. It changes everything. Good fabric to good finishing.
Yes.
The most important.
Yeah.
Good finishing and also be spontaneous, being spontaneous with your craft. Sometimes, you know, if you go by the trend, you get lost. So sometimes something, just break the ice, do something, and maybe you might not even be sure, but just go for it.
Collins, it's been so interesting.
Same here, and I appreciate the love, I appreciate the
Where can
interest.
we find you on socials, everywhere, websites?
Everywhere is House of PAÓN. House of PAÓN.
HOUSE of and then Paon. PAON. Yeah. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
You have a website?
Yeah, we do. So houseofpaon.com.
Okay. But guys, you can find me on socials at diana.kumbe. I have been your host, Diana Edinam Kumbe. My beautiful outfit is from Nana_Afoba. And that's it. That's it for today. It's been an interesting one and very, very interesting talking to you, Collins. Until same time next week.